everybody, and thanks for tuning in to hear our weekly update. As most of you may know, we have some new updates in terms of COVID 19 that we will be touching on today, along with answering some questions that we've received from residents. I just want to let you know that our last Facebook Live update for 2020 will take place next Monday, December 21st. And then we will be resuming back again on Monday, January 11th. And it is now my pleasure to turn it over to Mayor Bridge.
Thanks, Derek. And I'm hoping everybody's got their websites going these days. We had a little mix up with Google and what on the last night. So it's kind of nice to see they're up and running. So just a quick update on the public health update. We're in the red control level, as you know, you've heard on the news. So effective Monday, December 14th, Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph Public Health will move to the red level as we are today. Outlined as a provincial COVID-19 response framework, keeping Ontario safe and open. So you can go on there and you can see what it's about, and also on the dashboard with public health. We encourage you to visit the Wellington Dufferin Public Health website for most accurate, up-to-date COVID-19 information. We do our best to share updates with our public health unit in the County of Wellington on a Facebook page as well, and on our website. We highly recommend that you follow these accounts and checking these websites for information directly from the source. That's very important because I think a lot of times we get our information from other sources. That's the source that actually is the true information. Reminder of the Town of Minto is a municipality within the County of Wellington. Our public health unit for the County of Wellington is grouped with Dufferin County and the City of Guelph. So we're all in this together. As of Tuesday, December 1st, the breakdown of active COVID cases for municipalities is available to view on the status of cases in the Wellington Dufferin Public Health website dashboard. Not only can you get in there and see what your cases are, there's lots about testing and other things. So again, go to that dashboard. There's lots of good information. The new breakdown can be found under the case tab, where there's a button called Cases for Municipalities. Hover over each area on the map to get more details of active cases. If there are no cases in your municipality, they will not show up on the map. So if you don't see, say, Push Lynch or Center Wellington, or hopefully us someday, that means we have no cases. Several other improvements and updates have been made to the dashboard. So visit www.wdgpublichealth.ca to browse and update dashboard now. Please note that the case data in the dashboard is updated weekdays around 10:30 a.m. And today you would have got our update, and that would have been from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So when you see a uptick in Wellington County numbers, that's 3 days worth of numbers. So you see that all in one day on a Monday. So just for your information. So right now, there are 10 active cases in the town of Minto. That's up 3 from our last report. And 42 cases totally since the beginning of the pandemic. So that's where we're at now. So I'm going to turn it back over to Derek.
Thanks, Mayor Bridge. As you know, COVID is continuing to spread in the County of Wellington, and the majority of the cases are linked to really private social gatherings, both large and small. You know, as Christmas quickly approaches, we want you to celebrate with those that you live with. If you're single, you can join one household. Businesses and residents found not in compliance with the provincial or local health orders could be charged under the Health Protection and Promotion Act. You know, we are seeing lower cases in our municipality, and for that, I want to thank everybody. But let's not let our guard down. Let's keep going, and as we've said before, COVID really has no boundaries. In Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph, we have 27 ICU beds for a population of over 300,000. Last week, 22 of those ICU beds were in use. What we're always afraid of is hospitalizations due to COVID continue to rise. There will be a point where we won't be able to get healthcare in the hospitals. They'll be overwhelmed. And certainly we've tried to communicate this message around why it's so important to stop the spread or flatten it and do everything we can to protect our healthcare system. You know, we all have a role to play in ensuring that, you know, there's enough healthcare resources for everybody, for people that are unfortunate enough to come down with COVID, but also for those folks that have non-COVID needs. So please continue to follow all the public health guidelines to make sure that we can meet the health needs of everybody in our community. I just want to remind everybody again that we have rural Wellington COVID-19 assessment centers. One is located in Harrison, Yay. We have now one in Palmerston. They are staffed by the Mount Forest Family Health Team and the Wellington Healthcare Alliance. And as you know, the Minto location is at the Harrison Railway Station, and that's at 83 Arthur Street West. And the Minto Rural Health Center, which is at 500 Whites Road in Palmerston. So the Harrison Assessment Center is open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 5. And then the new Palmerston Assessment is going to be open on Saturdays from 10 to 4. And please note, it is closed for an hour for lunch between 12:30 and 1. And it's by appointment only, and you can book your appointment online at whcacovid.com, or you can call them at 226-383-2415. So as I mentioned at the top, I said we've got some questions from the community today. So I'm going to read the questions and try to answer them. So our first question is, I would like to ask George Bridge, as the chair of the Municipal Health Board, I would like to know how many new ICU beds have been created since the beginning of the pandemic. The town's post stated there were currently 27 ICU beds in Wellington Dufferin region. How many of these were created with billions of funding that have been provided? So let me just clarify a couple things. The post that this person's referring to was actually a shared post from the Wellington Dufferin Guelph Facebook page. And unfortunately, what I can tell you is ICU beds are the responsibility of the province of Ontario. They're the ones that assign ICU beds to our hospitals. So unfortunately, I can't speak on behalf of the province. So I encourage this person to get in touch with either their local MPP or certainly call the province, and maybe they can provide some additional information on ICU beds and how they're created and shared throughout the province. So our second question is, what is the specific method of enforcement for these measures? Will the police be patrolling for home Christmas gatherings? Will bylaw officers be called? What is the specific guidelines in terms of the enforcement? So I can tell you that the OPP and Dufferin Health Department enforce the Order 22 and the other orders under the provincial mandate. Bylaw officers do play a supportive role in both investigation, and they are based on a complaint base. So if those agencies get a complaint, they go investigate. So our third question is, what are we as a town doing to support those in long-term care, elderly who are alone, and other people on care homes who may be isolated? Are there initiatives that residents can get behind or financially support to provide great meals, maybe better cable or internet for seniors, gifts for those alone, or maybe virtual cards or chess games, letter writing campaign? So that's a great question. So let me start with the long-term care homes and retirement homes within the town of Minto. I've been doing a great job of following all the necessary guidelines to ensure that the safety of their residents. They have been adapting well to the ever-changing situation with COVID-19, and they are ensuring family members, loved ones are able to remain connected while keeping both the residents and staff safe. The town of Minto is very fortunate to have a variety of fantastic services in our community that provide support and care for our older adults. Just to name a few, so Victoria Order of Nurses in Mount Forest continues to offer transportation services to our seniors in our community to ensure that they are able to get to appointments, they get groceries, they run errands, They also, the VON is also continuing to run their Meals on Wheels program. As usual, they deliver nutritious hot and frozen meals so people can heat them up at a later date. There's also a variety of programs offered through VON to help with the feelings of isolation, as such as volunteer visiting program that's ongoing, that is currently offered by phone only to ensure the safety of our elderly in our community. The smart exercise programs have shifted to Zoom, and they're utilizing Whiteman cable to continue to offer those programs and opportunities to seniors. And there's another great service that has continued to do great things for our community in the Senior Center of Excellence. The Senior Center for Excellence was established in 2008, as you know, and it coordinates support services and programs to enable seniors to remain in their homes for longer periods of time. The services and programs have been altered due to COVID, though, as you can imagine. However, the Senior Centers for Excellence continues to provide great information through their monthly newsletter, and we'll post the link to that program in that newsletter. But if you have a specific question, the program coordinator is Helen Edwards, and she can be reached at Edwards at mapleton.ca. And also our own mental health continues to update their website to ensure everything is up to date on information for seniors on our website, which is www.mentalhealth.ca. And there's a specific section, for senior support. So I encourage you to go on and look at that as well. And then lastly, we encourage the entire community to connect with seniors in your life. Write them a letter, mail a card, connect virtually if you can. We're all doing great things, and we need to do those things, and those are great options for our community. So it is my honor now to turn it on over to Belinda Witt-Graham to give you a EDO update.
Awesome. Thanks, CAO Thompson and Mayor Bridge. Today, just here to give a little update on economic development as we've moved into the red stage here. It continues to be more important than ever to support our local businesses, especially as we come into Christmas here in the next couple of weeks. So again, just shop local this holiday season, and you can obviously visit a lot of our businesses if you feel safe to do so. But if not, definitely get on our thinkmintofirst.com website. You can buy gift certificates on there, as well as support many of our home-based businesses, which have some great offerings. We can make a difference by supporting our local businesses, and here's other ways you can do it. Order takeout from our local restaurants. Now they're down to 4 people at a table and only 10 people inside. So definitely takeout is a great option. Shop online or by phone. Inquire about curbside pickup or delivery. So a lot of the businesses introduced that earlier on and have brought them back. As I mentioned, purchasing local gift cards and learning more about products and services through wellington.ca/localbiz. Even in the red control zone, we can support our businesses. And here's some tips to shop safe. Prepare a shopping list, call ahead to confirm availability and hours, limit your time inside, dress warm because you may have to stand in line. I know I've seen a few people out, and myself included, have been standing out in the cold. So don't let that hold you back from getting out and supporting our merchants. And keep your distance and wear a mask. Don't forget, we have our holiday gift guide out there right now, and this is the last week to get your passports filled out. And for those in Palmerston, our Shop Local Palmerston campaign wraps up this Sunday as well. So make sure you're out there getting your last minute shopping done and get in on all those great deals. If you haven't got your passport yet, you can download it online at town.minto.on.ca. So yeah, just keep shopping local, support our businesses. They need you more than ever. Back to you, Derek.
Great, thanks, Belinda. So, we are very proud to live and work in a community, in a county where, there is freedom of speech and public access to information. We enjoy using this platform to connect with our community members online, and our staff do their very best to share up-to-date, accurate information and informative information, quite honestly. We ask the following, though, be considered when engaging on our social media platforms. Please do not utilize the Town of Minto's platform to post your own personal agenda when, commenting on our posts on our page. I think if you want to do that, then you should use your own Facebook page or your own media to be able to do that. When you want to ask a specific question, do it through direct message to us so that we can make sure that we direct that question to the appropriate staff person to get you an answer. The other thing is be mindful of the source of the information and that you're reposting. Sometimes we want it to be accurate and we want to make sure that the public has the correct information. And finally, which I think is super, super important, we need to show some kindness and respect to each other. I know this pandemic has been hard on everybody and it's starting to take a toll on people, but we really have to show kindness and respect always. For those folks that can't adhere to those guidelines, well, we have the editorial right to manage and hide and remove comments on our page. That's done by our marketing and community development person. It's not something we'd like to do, but we want people to be respectful. And it's important to us to make sure that we have respect on our page. The other thing I want to add is that we are so proud of our Facebook followers and people that engage on our page. And we're so proud of the interaction that we can have to be able to give you these types of updates and be able to interact with you. It means a world to myself and staff to be able to have those communications, but at the end of the day, we absolutely have to be respectful to each other. So on that, if you're interested, more information on our social media policy is posted on our website, and you can find it there as well. So,
Yes, Derek, I just
yes.
want to just wrap up, if that's all right.
Yep.
Also, that what Derek said, I just want to say that's exactly what we really need to do as a community, get together with each other. If you have a concern and you want to talk to me, my cell phone number is 519-261-0093. I don't mind having any conversation with anybody over certain things. So feel free to pick up the phone and call. Sometimes I feel it's a little easier for me to communicate you on that basis and back and forth on an email basis. So if you have information, but again, what I said earlier on, make sure your information is truthful and it's getting from a good source, because there's too much out in Facebook right now, as Derek said, that is just all over the map. And one thing I forgot, the reason I asked Derek if I could wrap it up a little bit, is I wanted to do you a quick upgrade, breaking news, so to speak. I was talking to Dr. Mercer today and I asked how our Mennonite community was doing. And I must say they're doing excellent. They're working well with public health now, and I think there's just misunderstanding and communication concerns at the beginning. But certainly they've got their schools back open. They're following all the rules and regulations, and most of their churches are back open and following the rules and regulations that public health set down. So I really want to reach out and tell them that great job and listening to public health for all our sakes. And that's a good example for the rest of us. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor Bridge. So I'm just going to wrap it up. Again, the Town of Minto wishes to thank the public for their ongoing understanding. We understand the toll that COVID-19 is having on our communities. Our residents, individuals, physical and mental and emotional health. We will continue to do our best to serve Minto and its residents, and we will get through this together. Remember to follow us on our Facebook for daily updates and Instagram as well. Let's continue to work together to protect our most vulnerable and keep our businesses open and our children in school. Please continue, again, to follow all public health guidelines. And thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.